Hey everyone, welcome back to Fortis Capital. Why do so many Jewish families seem to build lasting wealth across generations? It's not luck, it's mindset. In this video, we're diving into powerful wealth-building principles inspired by the Jewish approach to money, especially their long-term thinking and values around education, ownership, and responsibility. Whether you're religious or not, these lessons are universal and can change your financial future. Throughout history, Jewish communities have faced incredible challenges, yet they've consistently built financial resilience. Why? Because they don't just think about today's income. They think about their children, grandchildren, and beyond. One thing you'll notice in families and cultures that build generational wealth is they don't think in days, weeks, or even years. They think in decades, sometimes even centuries. The Jewish money mindset is a perfect example of this. For thousands of years, Jewish communities have developed a deeply ingrained philosophy around money, not as a symbol of greed, but as a tool for stability, freedom, and responsibility. And it comes down to a few key values. First, delayed gratification. Wealth isn't built by spending everything you earn. It's built by consistently sacrificing short-term pleasures for long-term gains. Second, education is treated as wealth. In Jewish tradition, knowledge is not optional, it's essential. Education is seen as the most powerful, portable form of capital. Third, there's a deep tradition of strategic giving known as tzedakah. This isn't just charity, it's a moral obligation. The act of giving creates clarity, discipline, and responsibility around money. And finally, there's a strong emphasis on ownership over dependency. Many Jewish families seek to own assets that grow over time, whether that's property, businesses, or intellectual capital. These values aren't just theories. They're practical, powerful tools that build resilience, especially across generations. Let's talk about what it really means to think in generations. This mindset is about more than just saving money or investing wisely. It's about designing a life and a legacy with the future in mind. In many Jewish families, homeownership is a major milestone, not just as a status symbol, but as a foundation. Real estate provides stability, appreciation, and something to pass down. You'll also find a strong culture of entrepreneurship. Rather than relying solely on employment, many families start businesses, something they can grow, control, and eventually pass on to their children. But more importantly, there's a focus on financial education at home. Children are taught how money works, how to manage it, and how to think critically about it. And perhaps the biggest difference is they don't just pass down money, they pass down a money mindset. Here's a powerful idea. No one can take your education away from you. That's why in the Jewish worldview, education is treated as the first and most important investment. This goes beyond formal schooling. It includes books, critical thinking, mentorship, and learning through experience. And this creates a ripple effect. Educated individuals tend to make better financial decisions, seek opportunities, and know how to navigate challenges. Many wealthy Jewish families will spend more on education than they will on luxury. Why? Because they know that knowledge is the one thing that compounds for life. There's even a saying in Jewish tradition, if you feed a person, they eat for a day. If you teach them, they eat for a lifetime. This belief in lifelong learning is what drives generations to keep growing, not just financially, but intellectually and spiritually. Let's get real. Income is important, but ownership is what builds true wealth. Historically, many Jewish families leaned into entrepreneurship because it gave them more control, especially during times when stable employment was hard to access. They understood something crucial. Jobs pay the bills. Assets build freedom. So they focused on building and owning things that could grow. Real estate, small businesses, investments, even intellectual property like books or licensing rights. And they didn't do it for the short-term payoff. They did it so that future generations could have a foundation to build on. Ownership means your money works for you, even when you're not working. Here's something that might surprise you. In many Jewish households, money isn't a taboo topic. It's part of everyday life. Conversations around budgeting, saving, investing, and even giving are normalized. Children grow up learning how money works, not by accident, but by design. There's a shared understanding that money is a language, and like any language, the earlier you learn it, the more fluent you become. Financial literacy isn't left to chance, it's part of the culture. And that creates a strong foundation for future generations to not just inherit wealth, but to manage and grow it wisely. So, what can we take away from this? You don't need to be born into wealth or privilege to build something that lasts. What you do need is a shift in mindset. Start thinking in generations, prioritize education, focus on ownership, and make financial literacy part of your everyday life. The Jewish money mindset offers powerful, time-tested lessons, and when you apply them with consistency and intention, they can change your entire financial future. If this video resonated with you, hit the like button, leave a comment with the biggest mindset shift you're going to make, and subscribe for more wealth-building insights. Be part of the Fortis community, where we turn financial knowledge into everyday confidence. Need guidance on your financial journey? Reach out to us anytime at finance@fortiscapital.com.au